audio. You guys alive there? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah. Loud and clear. How about, can I hear everybody? Can I hear Megan?
Can you hear me now?
I think so. I think we can bring that up just a little bit, though.
This is my first time on a microphone.
Is it?
No.
No, it's not.
How's it feel?
I prefer the bass.
Nice. Do you guys have any questions at all?
No,
No? Okay, I got a little outline here.
that's awesome.
It's customized to your guys' little music festival, so we should have some fun with this one. I'm excited.
Oh, thanks, Jake.
I'll bring us down and bring a little blue red roses in.
Ooh, dang, nab.
Welcome to the Fergus Falls Business Spotlight Podcast, the show that takes a deep dive into local businesses and the individuals that run our community. To guide you along the way, here's your host, Jacob Bittner.
Welcome in. Rest in peace, blue red roses. That's all I have to say about that intro right there. It feels like yesterday, doesn't it, Dan, that I was reaching out to you asking about intro music for the podcast?
Yeah.
And then I got some blue red roses bits from you, got that cut up, and then you were in my apartment with a little microphone, a little tiny microphone on my coffee table. And look at us now.
Wow. Yeah, right. Well, you've been professional since day one, though, Jake.
Well, I am ever grateful for Blue Red Roses, the startup process, all of that. So, but we are talking Hilldales today. We're talking about the Hilldales and this Independent Musicians Festival. So I'm excited to uncover it all. I've got Dan Olson.
Yep.
You're not a first time on the podcast. You were in episode 2. You're an OG guest, we like to refer to you as.
Wow. Where's my picture in the hallway here?
Right. we need a Hall of Fame. But no, it was one of my favorite episodes. If you guys are interested in Dan's story, you get to hear about all of the bands he's been a part of, the huge long list of bands. We go through them all. We talk about them all. Justin, you've been on the show a couple times. We talked about Ness Luthery and Hawthorne and Flora as well. So we got Justin's background double time if you guys want to check out those episodes. And we have a new guest here today, Megan. So
Hello.
I think before I can officially finish introducing you, let's just get it out of the way. Rain, how do you say your last name?
What would you guess?
I've always, just judging off the spelling, I'd say Rain. Mm-hmm. But I would think it's maybe Ryan.
It is.
It's like it's like the weirdest way you could ever spell Ryan, I think.
Yeah, that's how my family likes to be.
So we've got Megan. She's the bass player. This is essentially the what's left of Blue Red Roses. You guys can share a little bit of that story because I think the people are curious into this transition with the new. So let's just do that right away. Rest in peace, Blue Red Roses. Let's talk about it. Whoever wants to.
Yeah. Well, I think, Mary, the lead singer and co-songwriter of the group, just was, had some other opportunities she wanted to pursue, and it was just time for her to kind of step away from the whole music scene. I think it was just time, one of those things. So she's still kind of an active part of what we do behind the scenes a little bit in some ways. We still play a lot of the songs she wrote, and she continues to write. But,
she is a phenomenal writer, so don't bury those songs for sure. She's got too many. She's got too much good music to bury that stuff. So definitely keep playing Blue Red Roses music. I know I had Mary on the show for I did a little podcast mini series for my travel, and I actually named the show after one of her songs. So Better on the Run. If you guys want to check out that interview with Dan and Mary as well, there's a little bit of Blue Red Roses content there. But let's talk about the Hilldales. But before we do, we didn't get Megan's backstory because Megan hasn't been on the podcast yet. So let's talk about Megan Ryan, your life, All of it.
All of it.
Start from the beginning. Yep.
Like from conception to.
I mean, if you got the story, we have. You know.
I'll give you my background in music, maybe, since that's what we're talking about today.
Perfect. Or anything. I like to get like, what was your first job?
Oh.
You know, you grew up in Ashby.
Grew up in Ashby, Minnesota. I think my first job was at Sunmart in town. I did groceries. I was a cashier. Yeah, that was kind of my stint in Fergus. But to kind of tie it back to music, which I'm going to keep doing, I play bass guitar, and I was in Blue Red Roses with Dan and Mary, who were just chatting about. And I picked up a bass. I actually thought about this because you and I had talked about this earlier. My first bass experience was with a friend who's now passed away, Grant Finkelson. He played bass guitar, and we were in his basement, and he was playing it for me, and I was like, this is the dumbest instrument. This doesn't sound... I didn't realize you had to plug it into an amp in order to, like, hear a bass. So I was like, Grant, I don't get it, but good for you. But years later, I found out you plug a bass into an amp, and it sounds awesome, and I was hooked. So
there you go. And that was... So I shouldn't say you haven't been on the show and we didn't hear anything about your background, because you were a guest. I don't think you had any speaking, but maybe a little bit in the Winter Sloths Part 2 episode. You were there with the Sloths when they were playing, because you were a part of that original crew with the Nuggets.
I
right?
was, yeah.
So that was when you got started with music, was with Todd and Nick, right?
I played with Todd, and we had a variety of drummers, but not with Nick.
You never played with Nick Gano?
No.
Okay, so the Sloths came after the fact. Okay, gotcha. So that's kind of, so you just have the Nuggets and then right into Blue Red Roses?
I was in a cover band for about a year called Runestone Rebellion, and they're still going strong too.
Okay. But what I found interesting about your story was you weren't like most musicians, like you guys are childhood rock stars. You know, you were dreaming about dreaming about the big stage from the time you were a kid.
We still are childhood rock stars.
Childhood rock stars. But Megan, you kind of just picked up the instrument during COVID. Is that true, or prior to that, right around that time?
Yeah, I think it was a little prior or a little after. I don't really remember, but yeah, I just picked up the instrument and found these really cool online video lessons and kind of just sat at home and played bass guitar. So it probably was during COVID. Okay.
Well, it's awesome that people can do such a cool thing in such a short amount of time, because you're a very good bass player. You're fun to watch up there. So
thank you.
Yes. I feel like she got a short little interrogation. Is there anything else we need to know about your background? You're a dental hygienist, so that's like relevant to talk about, maybe.
It's relevant for most people because most of us have teeth.
Most of us have teeth. Some of us go to the dentist.
Some of us. Here's a friendly reminder. Go visit your dentist. I do work at Life Smiles. I'm a dental hygienist, and I have been for 10 years. Yeah, it's been a really good gig. I love doing that too.
Awesome. Well, this is 3 of the Hilldales members. You do have, so let's talk about the Hilldales. Justin, I want to kick this over to you, because from my understanding, you were the Hilldales. Was it you and other people? And or was it?
No, it was a make-believe band, I guess is how I would put it. During the lockdown of the pandemic.
The great lockdown of
which
2020.
seems so long ago now. Yeah, kind of music had stopped. And so I was kind of just working on home recordings, some stuff laying around, and then I bounced a lot of it over to Dan. He uses the same software, so it's easy to kind of email stuff back and forth, and he added some voice elements and harmonies to it, and I just didn't want to put any music out under my name, so I made a make-believe band. Yeah. And it has now become a real band.
Like a lot of people do that. A lot of people have their cover names, their cover artists. So that studio music, we're going to hear a little bit of it. I got some songs queued in here on the pad, which I'm really excited to share. But that studio music is actually you and Dan kind of going back and forth on some stuff, playing different parts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting. Good to know. Because I wasn't sure who you recorded that with in the studio. But how about the background of your band history? Did we go through that? I can't remember if we dug through that on your podcast
I
or
don't
not.
remember, honestly.
Do you have an idea of the list? Could you rattle them off or not?
Oh, I feel like I'd miss a bunch. It's been a pretty constant thing since I was 13, 14 years old. So it's a list.
It's a list.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'd just be curious as to who has who beat. I think it's Dan's got to have you
I
beat.
think Dan has me beat.
He's got to
pretty
have
close.
you beat. I forget what number we were at.
Yeah,
but
I don't even want to think about it.
yeah, no, it's good.
Well, and the last 12 years, a lot of our bands are the same band.
Yeah, there's
Right.
some crossover.
Right. A lot of
Oh yeah,
crossover.
okay, you got to remind me which ones you guys were in together back in the day.
I guess the bigger one would be Daniel and the Real Fields.
The Real Fields. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. Okay.
Did that for a few years.
Yeah. So, the reboot of the Hilldales, it just worked out. This is, I mean, the three of you, and then you guys picked up Dan and Sarah. So Dan wasn't on the podcast, but I had his wife Marnie on, Marnie and Sarah. So check out the Williams Company store if you want to find out about Dan and Sarah, their episode. Sarah's a great singer. I mean, I was super excited to hear that she was coming along with you guys. Losing obviously Mary, who is irreplaceable, but to get someone like Sarah is like, wow, that's a very, very big win to find someone like that who is willing to step in and fill in and sing. So she is one worth coming and watching sing for sure. And Dan is just like super chill there on the drums. He's just like a good vibe, good feel for you guys. So I'm excited to see this group. I saw you guys at your opening gig out at Stella's.
Thanks
I caught
for
you guys.
coming.
Yeah, I caught you guys a couple songs at Dandelion and Burdock. So yeah, I'm excited for the future of the Hilldales and to see what you guys do with it here. But how is the music different? What would you say is like feels different about the Hilldales the most from because you guys had kind of a full band Blue Red Roses thing as well. So what's the differentiating factor here? Is it different?
I think it's kind of organically just becoming what it's going to become over the last few months or the last few weeks especially. It's kind of settled into a groove that I think there's a bit more of a funky soul thing going on that I don't think anybody anticipated, but it feels right.
Yeah, it feels really good.
And it's still rock and roll.
Yeah.
It will always be a rock and roll band, but probably elements of that are Sarah's voice just really fits in that beautifully.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about the Independent Musicians Festival. Where did this idea come from?
That came from Dan, our drummer, pretty much. Dan and
Okay.
Marnie, over in Williams Company in Otter Tail. They are, over the last few years, they've been doing Thursday night music in Otter Tail, and they're just huge music fans, big supporters of having music in. And I kind of got to know them through that because I played there every once in a while. And them and myself started thinking, let's just do let's block off the street and have some bands come out and play and bring some vendors out. And so we did that. We did that last year in Otter Tail. And then we decided to bring it into Fergus Falls because Fergus Falls has a very, there's something brewing.
Something's happening.
Yeah. And down by the river and that Space Pavilion is
Yeah,
a great spot
absolutely.
to throw an event.
Yeah, it's arrows
So-
up downtown Fergus Falls for
It's
sure.
a great space for it, and it'll be fun to watch it utilized for something like that.
So, let's talk about actually before we get too far into the event. I think that I want to just play because we have 3 songs to play,
Okay.
and so I think I'm going to play the Hilldale song first here.
Yeah.
Should we give people the taste of this? It's the Old Mill Sign.
Oh, sure.
I love this song. I heard this song live. I was like, oh, this. That's what I've always loved about your guys' music is the ability. I mean, that's the goal of music is to write songs that people resonate with, and people are like, oh yeah, that's something that I connect with. You guys did Mary does a really, really good job with that. Did you write this song? Did you guys co-write this song?
Justin wrote it.
Justin wrote. Great. It's just a great song that people can connect with. So let's play that. This is Old Mill Sign here. What a tune. What a tune there. So talk about the how many Hilldales originals are there out there?
We're adding new ones every day, Jacob.
Of course you are. Of course you are. How many did you start with under that title?
That album has 10 tracks on it.
Okay.
And I think we play a good half of that in the set now.
And you got some new ones in the works that are going to be good, or what?
Yeah, we got some new tunes.
I think so.
Oh,
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, they're good.
Well, that's a good one. What does it mean?
Hilldales?
No, Hilldales. Let's talk about
what does
branding.
one mean?
Yeah, we always ask about branding. What does it mean? The song or Hilldales? Both.
The band name Hilldales, I chose that. I'm a huge fan of Back to the Future, and that is the neighborhood that Marty McFly lives in the future.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Nerd alert.
Nerd.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then the Old Mill Sign.
I could not tell you what it's about. I don't know. I was camping when I wrote that one, and that was somewhere out in Wyoming, probably 12 years ago.
Nice.
It's been kicking around for a while.
Well, I like that line about, you can't learn from your mistakes until you make them. And it's simple and it's true, and that's what just hits. It just hits with people. So great song. Great song. So, all right, let's get back to that Independent Musicians Festival then. July 6th is the date, 2020. The year is 2024. If you're catching this after the fact, you missed out. So I'm sorry. That's all there is.
It
to
was
it,
a
but-
blast.
It was a blast. So, you guys are obviously going to be there. You guys are heading this up. This is an event that's moving from it. This happened out in Battle Lake last summer.
Yeah, it happened in Otter Tail.
In Otter Tail last year. How many musicians did you have out for that day?
I feel like we had, about 5 acts, I think, last time.
And that's what's going to be going on again down at Spees Park.
We've got 4 full bands, and then we have 4 acoustic acts that kind of interspersed in between the full bands. So there's always going to be live music going on.
And is that going to be a couple different stages? You're going to have an acoustic stage and a main stage kind of set up there?
Exactly.
Yep. Interesting. Is this a paid event?
This is a free event, all ages.
Free to the community, family-friendly music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And
That's
we've
good to know.
got some vendors. Dye Minnesota, DYE Minnesota. They're going to be there with all their tie-dye shirts. And
Nice.
Some custom tie-dye. Lakeshore Vinyl is going to have a vinyl stand there. And then the Acres of Eden Farm, which is just outside of town, they're going to do a pop-up food stand. And Outstate Brewing is also bringing their mobile tap room over.
Nice. Get some beer going. So what time is this starting on July 6th?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's going to go till
10.
4 to 10. They're going to be playing music till 10 o'clock downtown there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So who are some of these other bands? Do we want to go through the list?
Sure.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear the lineup.
Sure. The acoustic stage, we've got Smoky Grooves, and that is actually our Dan and Sarah. So they do a little acoustic duo thing. They'll be playing about a 20, 25-minute set. And then we're going to go to Susie Plays Guitar.
Okay. What's the story with that, Susie? Because you did give me a song from Susie Plays Guitar here. What's the story with that band? Do you know much about Susie?
You know,
Is it someone named Susie?
No. I'm not sure if this is where their name comes from, but there's a David Bowie song where he says Ziggy plays guitar. And so I'm wondering if they took that and kind of I don't know, though. I'll have to ask them.
Where'd you say they're from?
They're from Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Kelsey is a player in that band, and I believe she grew up in Fergus Falls.
Okay.
So, yep. She's
Little Fergus roots there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But they've got kind of a cool 90s rock and roll sound.
They
Good
played
harmonies.
last year as
Yep.
well.
They're returning.
Returning. Do we want to play their song right now?
I think that would be cool.
Let's do it. Let's play this. It's The Race by Susie Plays Guitar.
There they go, racing up the stairs, trying to catch those dreams every time. We insist there'll always be a twist. Little do we know what comes of it. Little do we know what lies ahead. Little do we know what comes of it. By design, we all can try, but only when the wheel is high. Stumble, yeah, no reaching for a thrill. Ooh, we're hanging on to the end. Get set, get ready and go. Ready and go. Get set, get ready and go. Ready and go. Get set, get ready and go. Ready and go. Get set, get ready and go. Ready and go. Little do we know what comes of it. What do you know? Little do we know what lies ahead. Little do we know what comes of it.
Oh, we're not done. We're not done. Okay, now we're done. Susie plays guitar. That's a good tune there. So we're gonna have some good music. That's a full band.
I think they're doing a 3-piece. They're gonna have a
Okay.
bass guitar, electric guitar, acoustic, and
Okay.
they put on a great show. They have really tight harmonies, and their lead guitar player is flawless. It's
Awesome.
cool.
Well, I am excited for that. Who else we got? I saw Rev Commander on the list.
Yeah,
That's a local legend, Aaron Sunday.
Aaron Sunday. Yeah,
He is also a former guest of the show. So I don't remember. I think I probably played a Rev Commander song during his episode. I don't remember. I didn't get any of his music on the board, but I'm excited to see him play.
I think you premiered one of his songs.
I think I did
Yeah.
premiere. I think
Yeah,
I
you
did
did.
premiere one of his songs.
Yeah.
But so he's got a short little 25-minute set. Is he going to be a solo? Is he going to be by himself up there, just him and a guitar?
Yeah.
Wow, I won't miss that. I'm not
Right.
going to miss. I'm definitely, if I come for anything that day, if I can only come for one thing, I'm definitely going to be there for Rev Commander's set because it's like a rare appearance of Aaron Sunday up there playing and singing. So
It's like a blue moon. I've seen Aaron play on his own, and he has a pretty sweet pedal board, looper pedal, so he'll get a few guitar riffs going. He'll get a little drum beat in there. It's just him, but it's multiple layers of him, and it's great.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited. So who else we got?
After it, on the acoustic stage, we also have Hawthorne and Flora.
Ooh, you and Chelsea are doing a set?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
We're really looking forward to it too.
I am also then. Is that going to be a little 25-minute set?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
And now, do you guys have any music out on Spotify or not?
We do not have anything released out there. but
Okay.
We've discussed doing it, and I think the plan is to do it eventually.
Nice. And you guys are, didn't you guys do some music for kids? Is that what you guys did a grant for kids music,
Last
playing music
winter,
for kids?
yeah.
Are we going to hear some children's music out at the festival? Or
I don't think so.
no? Okay.
I think we'll retire.
Wash your
that
hands.
set.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last acoustic act is a guy named Tom Zempel.
Okay.
And Tom is from Minneapolis. So he's coming. He used to be a light guy for my really old band, Radio On. And so I've known him for a long time. He was kind of a master of stage lights.
You guys were big enough that you had light guys.
Man.
Pretty
Those were the
legit.
days.
Pretty legit.
So Tom's coming. He kind of finished. He's the last of those 4 acoustic acts. And then we have Sparrowhawk. It's
Okay.
a full band. And they're out of Minneapolis as well. And they got kind of like a blue jean, late 70s, early 80s guitar rock and roll.
Really cool guitar band.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool guitar playing going on.
Awesome. You also did give me a Sparrowhawk song that I think we'll play in a little bit here. We'll get to that one in a little bit. But that's a really good tune too. So don't let me forget to play that one. But so that's the lineup. That's who we've got on July 6th at the Speece Riverfront Park in Fergus Falls there. So definitely come out and check out all the music. What else do the Hilldales have going on this summer? Do you guys have a full schedule, full lineup of music, or what's the summer look like?
It's filling up quick. Yeah, we there's a little bit of open dates there, but for the most part, I think we're pretty busy for the next few months.
Yeah, our summer looks good. We're heading to North Dakota and Montana this weekend.
You guys are doing the Montana tour?
We're heading over to Billings.
What?
Yeah. We're going to play one of my favorite venues,
Yeah.
Where's that at again?
Thirsty Street
Thirsty
Brewing.
Street. So how long is this just for the weekend? You guys are headed out to North Dakota,
just
Montana?
a long weekend, quick trip in the van.
How long ago did you guys have this planned?
Oh, I don't know. You booked this a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Wow.
It's on our Facebook.
Okay, well, I'm going to do a better job of following
That means it's
Facebook.
official.
I had hopes and dreams of starting like this local music spreadsheet, but I still do have. I think we need to figure out a way to get like a central. We talked about
that
this
is such a good
in our
idea.
episode, like
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
central place for everyone to kind of share their music and promote local shows, so that you don't have to try to like find. I don't want to have to follow 5, 10, 20 different people on social media and hop around to a bunch of different pages to figure out where music is going to be, you know?
Right.
But it's tough to
gotta
track
be-
down
it is.
musicians
It
to
is.
get you that
It
information.
is
isn't it?
sometimes. Sometimes it's tough to track down musicians, but
Musicians are the worst.
no. So, but otherwise, the summer, you guys are playing for the summer. Dan flies south in the winter. He's a snowbird, right? Dan,
That's
the
right.
drummer. The drummer flies south in the winter. So, have you guys thought that far ahead, or just like, we just play music for the summer and see what happens?
You know, I kind of secretly hope we record an album in the winter.
Yeah.
So not secretly, like now you publicly hope that you record an album.
Oh, we're recording this?
It's a great time of year to kind of hide away indoors and work on some,
I love it. I
some
love it.
recordings. Yeah.
So
Or it's a good time of year to go visit Dan somewhere warm and play shows down there.
There you go, Megan. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
that's the smart.
Yep.
That's the smart
Dan, you're
one.
bringing 4 other people with you this time.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be on tour down in Arizona. I think that's where they said they go. Arizona. I don't remember, but talk about some of the music in the works. Can we do that? I know that sometimes it's best to just like release music, but what's inspiring you right now? What are you writing about that's like hitting with you right now?
I think Justin kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier. Bringing on a new vocalist can really start to inspire a new sound with Sarah's vocal style, and I think I'm finding myself starting to write to her voice a little bit, and I know that. I mean, I've been a huge fan of the Hilldales for a long time before I joined the band. So I'm hoping to kind of like get some of that stuff dug up again. I know Justin's got a lot of music laying around, and I'm a huge fan of his music. So I hope that we can kind of incorporate that more. And it's been fun. We've been throwing songs at Megan without a bass line on them, and it's like, go have at it here, and then she'll come back with like a very cool bass line, something that I would have never thought of, but it like elevates the song and brings it in a new direction.
Fits perfectly.
And that's the same with Justin and Dan and Sarah. So we're kind of it's becoming a very fun little organism of trust. We're trusting each other musically.
It is, yeah, and I think it it works well. Dan and Megan and myself playing in Blue Red Roses, that our instruments have gelled really well together over the last year, and I think Sarah and Dan have that dynamic between the two of them as well. So it's just kind of figuring out how to get everybody to gel, and I think it happened like a month ago.
Yeah.
Like I remember one practice in particular.
I
It's
do
like,
too.
Oh, I think this is it now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I wonder if it's the same practice you guys are remembering or if it's a different one.
I think probably so.
Does Sarah write? Does Dan? I know Dan writes. I know Dan has a bunch of good, or Dan Whitehead has a bunch of good songs.
Yes.
I mean
Absolutely.
he has a whole library. So I don't know if Sarah writes or not.
I don't know, but we'll probably try to nudge her in that direction a little bit.
Megan, on that vocals, the lyrical side of things, do you do much with that?
I started writing poetry as an intro to maybe, I don't know, try to write a song someday. I don't think I'm there yet. Everything I write's pretty cheesy and it rhymes really well, like too well.
You're writing hits over there.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to hear some of the new music. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to hit. I can already feel it in my soul. I just need it in my ears now. So
Nice. Hey,
get it done. Get it
we'll
done.
work on that. Thanks.
Future outlook of the Independent Musicians Festival.
Yeah.
We're moving into Fergus Falls this year. This is the second year, you said?
Yep.
So 2 years. It's gonna be more people in attendance this year for sure. Being a free event in downtown Fergus Falls, I'm sure it's going to be
That is the hope.
more people in attendance. So,
Yep.
this is something you want to do every year if it can work out? How do you support this event financially if it's free to the public? How are we making that happen?
All of us are roaming around trying to find people to sponsor the event
Okay.
and be a part of it
Okay.
in that way. So
Well, I feel that side. I know what that life is like. Wandering around looking for sponsors. I can relate. So good luck. Otherwise, you guys are playing for free.
yeah, well, we're pretty confident. I guarantee a certain amount for all the bands, and then it's
Okay.
like without any sponsorships yet. So that's kind of like we better figure this out. Yeah.
I like that. Call your shot.
Right.
No, we got a good community, and our community needs stuff like this. So if you're listening and there's still time to do this, get out and support this event, because if we want cool things to happen, free events to happen in our community, like nothing is free.
Right.
Nothing is free. And if you want to go do something, especially when you're getting so many different musicians involved, that's a ton of different musicians to try to take care of for the afternoon. And so, yeah, get involved and drop some money in these tip jars too, because I'm sure that that will help. That will go a long ways as well. So get out there, listen to some music, support these musicians. If you're a sponsor listening, help these guys out a little bit. Help these guys out. They need it. So no tickets, just show up.
That's right.
Everybody's welcome to come listen to music. That's all
what
it
we
is.
want.
That's all we want. And this is a good spot for that. I think it's a downtown high traffic area.
Yep.
If you're curious, you're driving by and you're like, what's that? Stop in.
And we kind of hope it's also an opportunity to maybe meet people that we don't even know are out there in our community that play music, and we hope to find them. And so, because I don't know, we were always like, are there younger bands out there that we don't know about living in Fergus Falls right now? Or, it's kind of an opportunity to hopefully find and connect with other musicians that live in our area.
Yeah,
That
I
can
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, let's talk. Let's go to this Sparrowhawk song here. You Can't Stop Tomorrow is the name of this one. So let's see, find this one here.
Are you ready?
These guys are rocking here.
They
That
are.
is some throwback, like what did you say, like kind of 90s punk rock, but then you were saying like a little bit of 70s.
That Thin Lizzy
That jailbreak vibe.
Yeah,
Tonight there's going. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, You Can't Stop Tomorrow by Sparrowhawk was that one. What a great tune. So you're going to be able to hear the 3 songs you heard today and many, many more great songs from all these artists. So I'm really excited. July 6th at Speece Riverfront Park, the Independent Musicians Festival. So how else? So is there you guys have a Facebook page, the Hilldales, which I need to be apparently following along with a little bit better. I do follow you guys. I'm sure I follow you guys, at least somewhere on Facebook I do. But what is the best way for people to keep track of you? Is that it, Megan?
Yeah, I would say our Facebook page, we have an Instagram, and we do have a YouTube channel, but that's slowly but surely developing. But I try to keep things posted on Facebook and Instagram. So follow us there.
Okay. Facebook and Instagram, the Hilldales. Look them up. Don't miss the Independent Musicians Festival. There's a closing section here, Megan, that I got to get out of you because you guys gave best business advice, biggest mistakes. I think I got that out of you guys already, but I have since changed biggest mistake to the biggest surprise. What was more work than you thought it would be? Whether it be music or your career, what's the biggest surprise in your life? What's been more work than you thought it was going to be from a business standpoint or music?
Man, I feel like I have a opposite answer in that, like, I think my biggest surprise is how easy it was to get into music. I mean, it just kind of sucks you in and you lose hours and days and, man, you don't care at all. You just want to keep playing. So I guess I was surprised by that coming into music and having it just like fully sweep me off my feet. I wasn't ready for that, but I love it.
How about you guys? Biggest surprise? What surprised you guys the most? Dan, you've kind of made a good run of it here as a musician. You know, what surprised you the most about this career here?
That I'm still trying to do it. I think it's that I've found a group of people here once again that I really connect with and feel good about, and it's very special, very precious to me to have that, and I cherish it, and I'm surprised by it.
Yeah, it's like big blessings. Like you are always blessed. When one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah,
and it's and if you don't count your blessings as that stuff's happening, you can really miss out on what is happening. But yeah, you are absolutely fortunate to just have such a good group of people picking up where you guys left off with Blue Red Roses, and all of your other music is kind of transitioned into the next gig. So yeah, kind of cool. Biggest surprise for you?
Biggest surprise.
Probably
my Back to the Future Time Machine Lego set took 3 days to put together. Or no, music. Okay, that's right.
3 whole days.
3 whole days on it. Musically, probably that. I mean, I got bit when I was young with like the rock and roll performance bug. Like at 14, I'd mentioned probably like the first gigging band, and that it still feels that way. Like to play in a rock band and to get on stage and make music with others. It just flashes me right back to being just a little boy still.
I love it. All right, Megan, how about best business advice? You are not necessarily an entrepreneur.
I am not.
Not even a little bit, maybe, but maybe a little bit. I'm sure you got some business advice in there, though.
Well, I recently started making kombucha.
Okay.
I thought about selling it and making a business. But then I realized you don't want to spread yourself too thin. So maybe that would be my business advice: is go all in on what you really care about, what you really love, and you can just make kombucha for yourself. You don't have to sell it.
Dang, I I feel that advice right there. But yeah, that's good. There's lots of people that hits with hard. I think lots of, especially the business people, really get into their craft and want to start the next thing, or before the one thing really is able to mature, they're moving on to the next shiny thing and hopping on to the next thing. Or, yeah, you can't what they say, the jack of all trades, master of none, right? Like, you really want to be a master of your craft. You really want to make sure that whatever it is you're doing it to the best, to the fullest of your ability, and not shorting yourself or anything else in the process. So, what did we not get to today? I feel like we got to talk about a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Thanks for bringing us on and talking the festival and talking Hilldales. So you're a huge beacon of light in this community. Appreciate what you're doing.
yeah, I have always really appreciated doing these music episodes. These are always my favorite ones. It's like a little break from. It's just as important, I think, as any business that operates within our community is what you guys do. I really believe it wholeheartedly. I think a lot of people don't realize that that's what the arts are. But if you removed the arts from Fergus Falls, we would all be super sad, super depressed. We'd all just be like going to our jobs and going home with no entertainment after the end of a long work day. So our community, like, we really need music. We need arts to continue to thrive. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are all like a huge part of this community. So nice job.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And congratulations to you, as we're sitting here in a radio station studio with like really cool microphones and
Water bottles.
and yeah, you've taken this podcast someplace. So congratulations.
Yeah, well, it is not been without a lot of work, and it's not been without a lot of help from guests and everybody that's been a part of it. So thank you guys. Thank you to all the sponsors. Stumbino's Coffee. We've got the dispensary, or not dispensary, Lakes Area Grow Co. We have Victor Lundeen's. Everyone else joining the show. We're going to have some more sponsors coming on board here. I'm really excited to grow this show and get some more things involved. So thank you guys for listening, and stay tuned. I have a really fun one tomorrow, so I'm excited for that.